Children have been in the line of fire since soon after the Tatmadaw, as the military is known, detained Myanmar's elected leader Aung San Suu Kyi, her Australian economic advisor Sean Turnell and other political opponents, and reclaim control of the troubled Southeast Asian nation. Dozens were killed in the initial months when junta troops began a brutal crackdown on the resistance movement, firing on pro-democracy demonstrators in major cities and making the first of more than 11,000 arrests, according to the Assistance Association for Political Prisoners Monitoring Group. Shadows of children playing together in a displacement camp in Myanmar's Shan State. Credit Save the Children. Children have died in bombings as recently as last week, according to local media reports, and in one of the most horrific developments since the February 1, 2021 coup. 4 children, one as young as 5, were among 35 people whose charred bodies were found after they were massacred near the town of Puso in eastern Kaya State on Christmas Eve. Save the Children had 2 staff members, both new fathers traveling home for their holidays, killed in that attack, which is blamed squarely on the military. Yet again, we are seeing children bear the brunt of conflict, Save the Children Chief Executive Injarashing said. Children and their families are fleeing because they have no choice, and we are seeing them forced to hide out in jungles and forests and living in terrible conditions. According to figures from the United Nations Refugee Agency, an estimated 406,000 people have been displaced within Myanmar since the military took over, with 32,000 crossing the border to neighboring countries such as Thailand and India to escape the bloodshed. Read also, Singapore PM. ASEAN must continue boycotting Myanmar. 4 children were among the 35 people killed in an attack on Christmas Eve in Kaya State that was blamed on the military. 4 children were among the 35 people killed in an attack on Christmas Eve in Kaya State that was blamed on the military. Credit Carney Nationalities Defence Force. International efforts to bring an end to the crisis have failed, so now Cambodia's strongman Hun Sen has, as this year's ASEAN chairman, controversially taken up the issue himself. Hun Sen flew to Myanmar's capital, Naypyidaw, this month to meet with junta chief Senior General Min Aung Hlaing, and in a video call on Wednesday appealed to him to permit a visit by ASEAN's special envoy and support humanitarian aid access. However, there has been unease among neighbors in Southeast Asia, particularly Malaysia, about Hun Sen's controversial trip to Myanmar and continuing dialogue with its military leader. In an historic move, regional leaders last October excluded Min Aung Hlaing from an ASEAN summit, and Malaysia Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob told Hun Sen this week that no political representatives from Myanmar will be welcome again until there was progress in adopting the terms of a 5-point consensus agreed by regional leaders last April. Loading in the meantime, Angel can only wait and hope. With schools closed since August 2020 due to the pandemic and then the coup, she said her whole life is in chaos right now. I plan to be at university, join external courses and work right after that. Now I haven't even finished high school, she said. I wish for my town to be an everyday place again, a crowded place that it used to be. Now there's no one in the street. It is worse than when the gunshot happened. I don't want that anymore.